So now, when you create your account on the Deeplink platform, you arrive on this first page where you can see here a drop down. That is where you have your organization. So by default, when you are not attached with your company, for example, you will see your name's organizations. And beyond this one, you have some workspace. So let me create one organization for you just to explain how it's working. So I can here very quickly create one, for example, an organization that we call AA training, for example. And I click on the check. And now I'm on my organization, AA training. So maybe here it could be the name of your company, or if you are invited by someone of your company, on this drop down, you will see the name of your company. Um, Beyond this one, you have some workspace. What it means? It means that you can decide to organize your different chatbot, because you can create a lot of chatbot, and you can organize your chatbot by different department. For example, imagine that you are a big company and you would like to have one chatbot for the human resources department, one for the financial department, one for the IT department, and or maybe it could be another organization. But it's super easy for you to create for example, a new workspace. For example, I will say that it's a department one. Okay, I create it, and maybe I create another one. It's department two. Okay. But at any time, you can change the name of this department as you can change the name of your organization. There are no impact of your chatbot. It's just for you and for simplify your access to this platform. So, okay, now I will, for example, delete the department two and just leave the department one. And okay, we will create together one chatbot. So to do that, we need to click on the button New Bot here. Up, click on the button, and the first thing I have it's one chatbot here that can help you to create your chatbot. So you can decide to use it, or maybe you can do by yourself. For my demonstration, I will do it everything by myself to explain each part. So on the platform, you have here one menu that is named chatbot, one menu is artificial intelligence, one menu design, and one this wheel, it's one menu for parameters. Okay, so here I'm on the parameters when I created the chatbot, because the first thing that you have to do is to maybe rename the project. Instead of DevSpot, maybe I can say that it's a training. Let's say, okay, we can say it's a Deeplink training bot. Okay. Here you have the possibility to enter one description. I already encourage you to do that because it's super important for the rest of the chatbot. There are no impact if you don't write it, or if you maybe you change it later. There are no impact of the chatbot on the how the chatbot works. Huh? So don't be afraid and say, oh, maybe if I make a mistake, it will be the end of the story. No problem. Okay. So maybe here for the description, we'd say this chatbot is a training chatbot to understand all features. Okay. Very important thing, it's default languages. As you know, Deeplink have the one of the USP of Deeplink is to have the capability to create a chatbot in multi-languages without to manage each languages for one chatbot for each languages. But to do that, we have one auto translation system, but there need to be one reference. It's the default language. It's what is a default language, what it's a language that you use to create your chatbot, because after all translation will be based on this one. So easy to understand, but very important. On currently on the platform, you have the so I will do it in English for you. But I can add it other languages. For example, I will add a new one. It's French, for example. As you see, you have the drop down with all the list of the languages, but some of them have this indication. It's auto translate possible. That it means that if I choose one of these languages with this in parentheses, this sentence auto translate possible, it means that later I can do this. Okay, so maybe I will say French. It's something that I can auto translate. I can add it very easily. You see that there are one checkbox is active. So If this checkbox is not active, it means that you can work on, you can prepare everything on the French, but if you don't click on it, the French will be not available on production. So for you, it's something super easy to do, because you can imagine that you need a time to review the translation, auto translation. You need a time to create it in French, blah, blah, blah. So different things. But when you are ready, you just need to activate it. And after you will see in production. So you can add it a lot of languages without the risk that it will be available on production, but you are not super sure about the content. Okay. So this is for the part of the setting. Of course, you have one part of the user. This is me, and you can invite some other people to be involved on your project. And when you invited someone, for example, I will invite Jeremy. Okay, here I can provide the links of Jerome for admin, business analysis, etc. I can provide some rights for the project, the same for the workspace, and the same for the organization. Okay, and this is how I can provide some different rights access. So it means that you can imagine that you can invite some people have no right for the organization because you don't want to change organization, or maybe they have no right on the workspace because you don't want to change the workspace, but they have the right for the project. So it means that in your company you can have different departments and you can provide different right access. So maybe some people from the human resource department see the board for the human resource department, but not for the IT help desk department, or maybe for the financial department. So really, you can very decide to um, to to differentiate the access right for the people. Okay, another one is the hosting. Here you will see um, some information about the basic integration on your website of the chatbot to have it like that, like and the pop-up here. And you have the chatbot ID. This one is super important, but for the moment we will see it later because for the moment it's not something we use. But this is the ID of the use of the chatbot, and you will see that you have a staging URL and production URL. What it means? It means that on your platform we have three environments. One is development, it's this platform. But when you are happy with your chatbot, maybe you would like to push it in staging in a testing environment because, for example, you have one website on testing, and you would like that the people can use it on testing, just to give you some feedback about chatbot before put it in production that everybody in the world can see it. Okay, so this is two things, but sometimes it's not ready for integration on your other system, and you would like to test it. So you have a standalone URL here that you can provide to your tester and for production, and just to be sure that the people can have one access like an URL and can test the pod, they can have different interaction with this. So this is where you can find it. Okay, so now we will enter in the principal part, that it's a chatbot.